I'm sitting outside. It is a sunny afternoon, and I'm doing a simple, mindful work of making paper. What I'm doing, I have pieces of paper that some of them has been soaking in water for a while, and I added new pieces of paper. Some of them are bamboo toilet wraps and papers, and I also have rainwater that's collected in this large plastic black bin. And it's a beautiful sunny day today, so I come outside and I'm basically using my hands to make smaller pieces of papers from the bigger pieces of paper, and letting the paper soak in the water that's kind of warmed up by the sun. And not really thinking about anything. I'm just focusing on working with the paper, sitting in the sun. I do have cats and chickens come around sometimes to check on me. I'm also drinking a wonderful green smoothie that I just made a little bit ago. And I did try to make a little live video and show people around, but the internet connection did not allow me to go all the way down to my garden. So I will have to make separate videos and then upload them probably. But the idea right now is, yes, I have plenty of things to do. There's multiple books projects I'm working on. There's videos that could be uploaded. And of course, household chores that could be done. But it is a beautiful sunny day, and I wanted to be outside. A cat just jumped by. I think he might have caught a bug. Did you catch a bug, Mosi? But I felt like going back to this simple task of working with the paper is such a calming thing to do that I felt like I need that today for my brain. Just to sit here, tear pieces of paper, use my hands. There's a helicopter going by. Hopefully it's not live flight, though that's possible. Hopefully you guys can hear it as well. Let's see if we can see what it is. But it might be behind the trees and I might not be able to see it. Oh, there it is. It's not good. Okay, so it's probably a Coast Guard helicopter or a news helicopter, but not live flight, which is good news. Nobody got hurt and need to be live flighted into Portland or something. When I had my fall and I hurt my brain, and my mind didn't want to do anything. What really helped me is to do something with my hands. And I enjoy gardening and doing things with my hands, creating something new. And making paper just made sense. And I do believe that going back to simple tasks, gardening, picking fruits and vegetables, cooking our own meals, and sometimes just sitting out in the sun, like what am I doing right now, and using our hands to pick up a piece of paper and tear it into smaller pieces of paper is just so relaxing, because I'm not really focusing on anything else. This is what I'm doing. I'm paying attention, I'm touching the paper, I'm touching the water, and I'm looking at the animals around me, observing the wind, feeling the sun on my skin. And it feels good. It feels good just simply to sit, doing something that is not really require any specific brain power, because our brains are continuously stimulated through movies, through everyday tasks, through scrolling on the screen, notifications and apps from the computer, emails, phone messages, different videos on multiple platforms. And I'm not saying those things are bad, but too much of nothing is good, and sometimes our brain needs to be a little bit bored to be able to readjust, reconnect. And for me, that is when I come out to nature. Excuse me. When I can sit or walk, do gardening, do any kind of task in nature, because then you're not worrying about anything else. Your mind can be simply just focusing on what you're doing in the moment. And nature, and especially the trees around us, they are very calming for our brains. They actually release a chemical that is a natural anti-anxiety medicine for our brain. So when people go to the forest for a walkabout and come back home, there's a reason for that. There's an actual chemical reason for that. But also there's been many research out there that have shown, and hospitals even are started to utilizing that when patients see green outside in a window, they recover better and faster and they feel better. We meant to be around nature. Nature feels good for us, and it feels good for me. And right now, I'm just touching the water, sitting out here, and peeling paper. Specifically, I'm working on the toilet paper roll right now and tearing it into smaller pieces. And I love this idea because it's reusing and recycling something that would just go into the garbage or go into recycle. But then it would need to be shipped and all these things would need to happen. Right now, I'm reusing something that I already used before. So I use the toilet paper, which we all do. Hopefully we all have access to that. And then I'm using the actual paper roll, that is an environmental friendly one, to make another type of paper that's artistic and creative and fun. And this paper is going to be actually really nice because I had some Mother's Day rose petals and some other flowers. And since it's getting closer to the end of May, the flowers started to, of course, fade. But I'm drying the petals, and the petals are going into this nice big patch of water. So it is going to have small pieces of different flowers in them. And as of course I always do, I'm going to dry my paper out in the sun. And whatever else is fall into it, from the trees, from the air, I'm going to just let it be, because that's the way the paper meant to be. And this way, each and every single paper that I create is unique. There's not one like it in the whole world. It cannot be recreated. And I take pride in that, and I enjoy that. And it's really calming and relaxing for me. And I give those papers as gifts. I have a wonderful friend, co-writer, who I admire, Mary Muter. I sent her some of those papers, and she writes fairy letters on them. And now there's a local store that took my papers in, and hopefully people will have access to it there. and use it for all kinds of magical things. And hopefully they recognize all the love and the caring that went into every single paper that was created. And now that I dropped off so many of my papers, I have space to make more. And I'm very excited about this one because it has light brown colors from the rolls. And then there's also white and green, and there's also some pink. And the flower petals that I have, they are also pink. So we are going to see how this batch of paper is going to turn out. And because the paper is then mixed and created into the pulp, each section cannot exactly be the same. They could be similar, but not exactly the same. So I'm very excited how they are going to turn out. And then I might also create a big circle art piece. I made one previously that's in the Necessary Magic store that I mentioned in Astoria right now, and it's put up like on the wall as an artwork. And I added rust to it, and there are droppings from the hemlock and evergreen trees around. And I saw in the middle I put a fern leaf, and I took most of it off after, so it doesn't die on there, but there's pieces still on it. And when you put it up in a wall, I had also rust pieces. When you put it up on a wall, and we walked way back in the store, then it looked like there's a bear in the middle. Super exciting. So I will include that picture below this recording of that art piece and the bear, and see if you guys see the bear, or you might see something else. Now I'm touching bamboo pieces of paper, white. Of course, the thin paper, it's much easier to rip into small pieces than the thicker toilet rolls. It's also interesting to see how the color of the water start to change, and how the little elements from nature start to drop into the water. I have a leaf, I have little parts of evergreens, and then we'll add the flower petals. Some of my papers I also add gold paper, silver to it to add some sparkles. But this one's not going to have sparkles right now because it's going to have flower petals. And I really like what the rust element did to that paper, so I might play with that a little bit and create another art piece. When it comes to the papers, I like to make circles. I make other kind of papers too, but I created a big format which used to be part of a burn barrel, and then it kind of rusted out, but the top rim I added a screen, and that became my form for creating a big circular paper that's an art piece. That local store I mentioned, I'm going to have a gallery show there this coming next month, so I'm very excited about that. And the owner really liked my circular papers, the big ones, the little ones too. She took them all. So I just only have a few I made last time, but I'm making more now. And there's all kinds of colors, because I always collect different type of papers to make it unique and interesting and just fun. Now some of these rolls been soaking since I last time made paper a few weeks ago. So they are very nice and soft, and some I just brought out, so they are more rigid. There's another helicopter coming by. Busy day today. And there is our kitty cat, Mousy. Hi, Mos. You coming to help with the papers? Such a curious cat. Yes, you are. Too far behind me. I won't be able to see it because of the trees. Oh, we have the other kitty cat showed up too. And the nice thing in a summer, close to summer day right now is that I can sit outside barefoot and touch the ground. Although the ground where I'm right now has small rock pebbles on it, but it's still nice not to have to wear socks and sandals or anything. I could just sit barefoot and play with my papers. Many times we have to be so serious in life. Well, we don't have to be, but life makes us serious. So for me it's just fun, even though I'm over 50, to sit here and play with paper. You would think that this is many times that kids would like to do, and I'm sure kids would enjoy doing this. But as an adult, I'm enjoying doing this too. And why do we have to give up things that we enjoy? You know that children smile and laugh thousands of times a day, and when we become an adult, we kind of forget how to smile and laugh and do things we enjoy. There's so many things to be done and so much work to be done all the time that we truly forget how to enjoy ourselves. So I think it's really good to come back and do things, creative things and fun things and simple things that we can enjoy without no agenda, without no rush. I'm just going to sit here and do this right now. And it's important for us to make time for that during our days. Of course, I have days too when I was going to school, raising kids, going to work, and I didn't have time for these type of things. But looking back, I wish I would have made time, because those things can wait. It's important to take days off for our mental health. I could have worked a little bit less, we would have been okay, and take more time to spend with my children, which those times I'm not going to get back because they are adults now. And more time for myself to do things that I enjoy, instead of just go and do what needs to be done. It's good for us to slow down, reconnect, and just being in the moment with no agenda, just staring paper, walking in nature, talking to the forest, seeing the animals, hearing the birds, watching the ferns and the flowers. There's so many flowers that we have planted, and some naturally came up, and it's so beautiful just to watch their color, them reaching toward the sun and standing tall. It's amazing, isn't it, that you put some seeds down and something grow love that. I love that gift that Earth, Mother Earth and nature provides for us. To plant the seeds and plants grow. So it's important to protect that, I think. You know? So I'm trying to plant a lot of flowers, a lot of seeds, and provide spaces for the bees. And we have a lot of bumblebees. We have mason bees, regular bees. Because there's always something flowering. From spring to late fall, early winter, we have flowers. And we have blossoms. And if you can, it's great to do that as much as possible. I just want to say thank you for those of you who are listening or who will be reading this story later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for picking up a book and just being in this moment with me. I'm sure you have your own thoughts, your own life, your own doubts, but for some reason, today in this particular time frame, you have found my story and you stayed with me throughout my meandering and sitting here and tearing paper. And I'm not sure if I will publish this story. I will listen back to it and see what I feel. But I thought I'll try just to sit here and share my thoughts. Most of the time, I walk around and talk about nature and what comes to my mind in the morning. But now this is an early afternoon, so it is a little bit different. But it is good to try something different and be creative for my mind. And I'm almost done tearing the papers. Of course, you can always come back and make them smaller and smaller. But for the initial pieces, it's almost done. And it looks interesting with this color of light, brown and green and white and pink, all mixed up. There's a lot of light brown in it, which one would think will dominate. But on the other hand, the green is a much stronger color. So we'll see how much it will take over. But I think it will be beautiful with the hint of white and pink in it. Some of the pigments will get more lost, some will not. We will see what we'll find. And I think it will be beautiful with the flower petals. Of course, they will change their color with time. But I love to include elements from nature in the paper. And as the paper going to be drying, I put them under the trees. So whatever falls into the tree gives an imprint. And it might or might not stay in the paper. It depends. It feels so good just to be out here in nature, sit by the sun and watch the cat just be nearby, listen to the wind and the little flies and bugs going by. And I'm going to take a moment now just to be truly, as I finished my papers and I let them soak in the sun more before I process them. I'm just going to take a deep breath and enjoy this beautiful afternoon with the sun beaming down, with me just sitting in nature and being grateful for this particular moment, this particular day, just to be here with no agenda, with nothing really that is bothering my mind. Any task can wait, and the most important thing is just to be here. Breathe in the scent of the rich oxygen that the trees give us. Listen to the birds and relax that inner depth. So I'm going to invite you to be here with me, with the beaming sun, the fresh forest, the gentle wind. Closing your eyes, taking a breath, travel within, feel the beat of the heart, the sensation of the skin, the gentleness of the earth. And smile when you hear the birds. Feel time as it slows. Feel your heart as it smiles. Sense your brain as it calms. Feel the uplift from nature. Such beauty. Such love. For being here with me today, experiencing these beautiful, magical things from nature and making paper together. I appreciate you spending the time. May your day be joyful, beautiful as always. Until I see or hear from you next time, Gabriella signing off. Take care. Sending love.